Hello everyone and welcome back to my B&B Everyday YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Steffy is enforcing a comeback plan of attack. Her family is on board with the Sweats to regain Forrester Creations. Hope has her head in the shadows, and rather than rebuke her, Steffy is glad to see it. But Steffy's address is commodity. She'll need to tone examine her because Hope is perceptive. It would be suspicious if Wood's character returned to FC and played nice. So, in addition to keeping her eyes wide open, Steffy will need to keep her contest with Hope front and center. Daphne is known by her nose. She's honored as the topmost scent sage in the world. Yes, the fashion business is a bit shallow. Steffy's move to use Daphne as an operative is brilliant but relies on pure distraction. The scent Daphne claimed to have created specifically for the revitalized company Carter took over is named Forrester. That's perfect. Hilaire's character is pushing a specific narrative. She's pretending to be impressed by Carter's vision of transubstantiating FC into a luxury brand empire, and she wants to be the scent arm. The scent her unfurled scarf released was meant to intoxicate Carter and Hope. That worked. Steffy's plan is for Hilaire to attract Carter to her. Hope always felt insecure when she and Steffy contended for Liam affection. The acting renew of the plot, in which Liam intended to win Hope back, sizzled after he blazoned his thing. So Hope's focus shifted because Thomas remains out of the country with Douglas, and Liam's awaited play for Hope hasn't developed. Enter Carter stage left. Steffy's plan plays into her history with Hope and knowledge of the present. Hope and Carter haven't been together long, and Daphne's presence will alter their line. Assuming Carter is drawn to Daphne, Hope will surely be unnerved and respond consequently. That outgrowth will help to give Steffy a wider opening. Is there no doubt that Steffy will succeed? Not really. In time, Steffy's plan will succeed in some form and to a certain extent. While there are likely bumps in the day road, Steffy seems bound to succeed and produce a dynamic where FC returns to Forrester family control. Assuming the below happens, Carter isn't in line to be forgiven again by Eric, as he was at the end of the Quinn era. However, she could also be out of FC, if Hope isn't shielded by her mama. Steffy and Ridge should be running their family business by spring at the rearmost. Eric will return to administrative suite as well, and all will be righted in this adulatory world, unless an unanticipated twist or concession plot conclusion is coming. Zend learns Steffy is returning to the office. Lee has Tom liver tested. Plus Luna makes a concession to Bill. At the Forrester estate, Eric, Ridge, and Taylor are having breakfast together. Eric is so thrilled for Tridge. Steffy comes by and announces she's happy for her parents. Steffy tells her father that he did the right thing by jilting Brooke. Zend enters and learns Steffy is going back to the office moment. Zend is surprised. Everyone gushes about Steffy working her magic. Zend confesses that he's still equivocal about working at Forrester Creations. The family thinks Zend can help Steffy get the company back. Zend says it would help if he knew the factual plan. Good point, Zend. Steffy leaves to take care of business. Over at Forrester Creations, Hope and Carter want to seal the deal with Daphne. Brooke addresses about how in demand Daphne is and gushes about how she wants to work at Forrester Creations. They see and believe Daphne went out of her way to produce a hand scent for FC. Yes, that's veritably unthinkable, isn't it? Brooke starts allowing about Ridge. Carter and Hope can tell that Brooke is detracted. Suddenly, Steffy enters the office, surprising everyone. Steffy says they need to talk. Steffy reminds them that she has major investments in the company. Steffy wants to come back. Carter and Hope didn't anticipate this. Well, that's kind of the point. Steffy admits she was worried and still feels betrayed, but wants to be back at Forrester Creations. Hope asks Steffy what urged this unforeseen change of heart. Steffy says she loves FC so much she'll immolate her quality for the company. Steffy thinks she should be chairman and they won't have issues with her. Steffy wants the company around for her children and grandchildren. At the sanitarium, Lee is in her office working. Lee is informed by lab technician April that Tom organs are being packed off at the end of the day. Tom was an organ patron. Penelope Poppy arrives and asks what was said about Tom. Lee relays the information about Tom's organ donation. Poppy brought Lee some donuts. Poppy claims that Lee is shutting her out. Lee glares at her family and says her poor parenthood turned Luna into a periodical killer. Lee blames Poppy for how Luna turned out. Lee also acknowledges that Luna suffered from Poppy's bad choices. Poppy admits that she was a little out of whack back also. Lee doesn't argue with her. Poppy harangues about how Finn saves lives while Luna takes them. This isn't helping effects, Poppy says. Poppy did her stylish. Lee accuses Poppy of putting rich men before her own son. Lee doubts Tom is indeed Luna's father considering Poppy's history with men. Poppy gets worried and leaves. Lee calls the lab. April answers the phone. Lee tells April to bring Tom's liver. Lee needs to do a test. Bill tells Luna that she's looking healthier. Luna credits Bill for getting her out of captivity. Luna touches her ankle examiner, making sure it's clear how uncomfortable she's with it on. Bill reminds Luna that no bone can know she's there. Luna will no way forgive herself and can't stop allowing about Paul Hollis' family. Bill says this is all Poppy's fault. Bill tells Luna that Poppy was a bad mama. Bill also says his own parenthood wasn't all that great. Luna swears she'll make the utmost of this occasion. Luna says indeed though it was wrong, pretending to be Bill's son was a dream come true. Luna just couldn't live with Tom being her real father. Steffy is back to work with one condition. She wants to be president of Forrester Creations. Meanwhile, Zen felt lost about returning to work. He doesn't feel confident about taking the company back. Steffy was determined to return to work. But first she had to get her job back. She met with Brooke, Carter and Hope in the administrative office. Steffy told them she was still worried and hurt about what they did. Still, she'd like to work together for the sake of their kiddies. Steffy asked to become president of FC because she believed she had the connections and experience to appreciatively guide the company into the future. She asked her adversaries if they could shake hands. Little do they know that Steffy has an ulterior motive. She wants to use her new position to get the company back. Steffy is confident that it can be, especially since Daphne Rose is intimately working alongside her. At first regard, Steffy and Daphne feel like the perfect brace. But she really needs Zen working alongside her. He lately went back to working for Forrester Creations. Zen is supposed to offer intel to the Forresters about Hope and Carter's plans. Still, he's feeling a little misplaced recently. Zen is in the dark about Steffy's plans. He has no indication what she's up to. That's because Steffy hasn't told anyone but her hubby Finn about her creative way to take back Forrester Creations. Still, her plan could boomerang. Daphne might turn out to be a friend she can't trust. Rather, Steffy would have to calculate on Zen's intel and moxie to return their family company to its due possessors. This is the ultimate brace we need. Taylor and Ridge get romantic. Brooke reflections to Hope. Plus, Steffy and Finn get passionate. Ridge gives Taylor some gamesome. Ridge wants to talk about Taylor and nothing differently. Ridge informs Taylor that she's getting the veritably last Forrester original gown. Taylor puts it on and twirls around. Ridge thinks she's stirring. Taylor mentions that Ridge put on a fancy suit. As Taylor and Ridge flirt and get near, there's a romantic regale prepared for them. Over at Forrester Creations, Hope is talking about work. Still, Brooke can't concentrate and is allowing about Ridge. Brooke mentions that Ridge must have wanted Taylor because he turned to her in a twinkle. Brooke starts to wonder if she should quit Forrester Creations. Hope reasons that Brooke is just feeling shamefaced. Hope doesn't want Brooke to leave FC. Hope thinks it's Ridge that's making Brooke feel like this. Hope thresholds gushing about Carter plans for the luxury brand and urges her mama to stay. Brooke says it doesn't feel right without her fortune. Hope calls Ridge cruel. Brooke wonders if Ridge really wanted Taylor the whole time. Was Taylor really the first choice each along? Brooke does like the effects Carter is doing at the company. Brooke wishes the others were involved, however. Hope says the company is moving forward, with or without the Forrester family. Hope is agitated but Brooke not so important. Ridge continues to wine and dine Taylor. Ridge mentions Eric and Donna are watching a movie. Ridge and Taylor are alone. Ridge says some sweet statements about Taylor's beauty. Ridge thinks they're meant to be. Ridge and Taylor bring up that Steffy has always been their biggest supporter. Taylor reasons commodity good must be coming from their challenges. They dance, also partake a passionate kiss. At the Precipice House, Steffy and Finn talk about Regale. Steffy calls Taylor to see if she'll be coming home for Regale. When Steffy learns about Ridge and Taylor's romantic Regale, she finds that thrilling. After hanging up, Steffy tells Finn each about Taylor and Ridge. Finn and Steffy start making out. Finn mentions he saw Otto pulling down when he came home. Steffy tells him about Daphne and the plan to take back Forrester Creations.